Welcome to the Kabaddi show. And as I promised to you, so every time in new episode, I bring to you the unsung hero or the people behind the curtain. As we only know heroes and who create the heroes, who's behind the heroes, we don't know. So today with us is Moinul Islam from Oldham, and he's a multi-talented, multi-sports, and what I can say is less for him. So we will ask him about his life, his journey into the sports, why he choose these sports. Like in England, the people want a businessman, and people want a successful, what you call in their job. But why Monu choose sports? So let's ask Monu. Monu, welcome to the Kabaddi show.
Thank you, Ashok. Thank you
And
for inviting me to your show.
thanks for your time. I know you are very busy, and I was chasing you from a long time. But today
So
I'm
I'm
lucky I
sorry.
got you, right? So Monu, please, could you tell me, right? As I said, right, in this country, we came in this country, our parents came in this country, and just for the future, a better future. Okay, better future, earn money, build houses, build bungalow, build business, get dentist, optician, solicitor, accountant, chartered accountant. But I heard about you. You are in sports. Why did you choose these sports, and how?
Ashok, I, like you said, when our parents came to this country, it was all about working and sending money back home and creating a life for our extended families.
Yeah.
So when I was young, I was always into all types of sports, but I didn't have the opportunity. You know, the saying, football's not going to put food on the table.
Yeah.
You're going to do this, it's not going to put food on. Sport it wasn't a priority in the lives of our parents.
Yeah.
For them, it was finish as soon as you finish school. I need you to start working.
Yeah.
So I missed out on all those opportunities, all the things that I wanted to do as a child. Um, but then, as I grew older, I thought, there are a lot of other opportunities that young people are missing out. If I can't do it, then I'm going to do everything I wanted to do now for others, so that they don't miss out. And sports is a universal language. Everybody understands it. It doesn't matter where you are from the country, from the world. In fact, so sports has always been. I mean, there's football, of course, but the non-mainstream sports, they are always more exciting for me. Like Kabaddi, you've got, I used to like dancing. Don't tell me to dance now, but
Yeah.
I was into dancing, martial arts. Taekwondo. I did taekwondo. Things that we can't do in school, because in school it's all mainstream sports. So you might get the opportunity to kick the ball, play football, do a bit of cricket, maybe do a bit of badminton, a bit of basketball.
Yeah.
But there are other sports beyond that that we need to bring to to the forefront and let people know that there are other sports that we can get involved into.
So what was your main sport when you said yes, you was keen and you started? So which sports you was doing? You're not playing now, you just arranging now, but which sports?
So the main sport, as a teenager, as a child, my main sport was football, because that's all we had in those
In
days.
England, yes.
Yeah,
Obviously.
that's all we had. In school, we will start a game in the morning break time,
Yeah.
and then we finish at lunchtime every single day when we are out. But I remember I went to Bangladesh in 1988. I was
Mm.
11 years old.
Okay.
So it was a very long holiday. My dad said, I'm going to take you for 6 months, teach you a bit of culture,
Mm.
maybe get you to learn a little bit of the writing Bangla,
Mm.
because in those days, phone was very expensive. There was no mobile phone, no texting, no nothing. So when I went in 1988, my dad sent me to school in Bangladesh, and they had sports day. So because of my age and my ability in Bangla, they put me with the younger children, like 8-year-old, 9-year-old, but I
Hmm.
was 11.
Yeah.
So then, but on sports day, they took me to the, the 11-year-olds that I can play with, because sports, like I said, is a universal language. You just
Yeah.
understand the rules. So it was school sports day, and it was against lots of other schools in our village area. So
Yeah.
I took part in Hadududu, which is Kabaddi.
Yeah.
I just fell in love with the sport straight away. So Hadududu, we played lots of other games. We did. There was swimming in a local pool. You know, whoever makes it to the other side first.
Yeah.
There was lots of games I played, and that's when I realized that there are games that are so challenging and exciting that nobody knows about. So when I came back from Bangladesh, I started playing marbles and kabaddi. I introduced that in my school with my friends, and that's how I got a passion for kabaddi.
But did you had a dream when you said yes, you was playing a football, right? And that's a sports. Did you have a dream sometime you will be leading or player in England or just
No,
a national side?
no. I only the highest level I played for was for my school team.
Mhm.
So I was selected for my school team, which was a big deal in those times. But I never thought I'd make it big, because with football, it's a game that you have to be exceptional. You have to be exceptional, and and within the people that I was playing with, there were people better than me. So I never thought of taking sports as a profession. But parents would say, when you go out to play, um, that's not important. You need to do your education. That's more
Exactly.
important.
Yeah, you
That
will
sort
be
of.
fail, yes.
Yeah.
So tell me when you said Kabaddi, right? Okay. When you finish your education, so how did you contact with the Kabaddi?
Okay. So with kabaddi, when we go to when I've worked in places, we used to do again we used to do football against other. I've worked. My first job was in restaurant,
Okay.
so it was quite far away from home. So I used to stay there, and every Sunday they used to have football against another restaurant.
Restaurant.
Yeah. So I said, why don't we do kabaddi? So again,
Wow.
everywhere I went, I was trying to, and people have played it. It's not that they haven't played it. It's just
But they
they've
did
never played
play,
it in
yes.
this country.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody knew the game. Only there's variation in the rules, but everybody knew. Some call it kabaddi, some call it hadududu. It's just a different name in a different country, but it's the same thing. So people get excited when they hear about it. But when I really got into kabaddi was when I started working in education. Back in 2001, I started working in a secondary school. So when I moved to Oldham in 2001, there was the riots, if you remember.
Hmm.
There was a big riot in
Yeah.
Oldham, and there was a lot of segregation. There were a lot of tension within schools. There were tension within schools, racism and all that. So one of my, coming from like a sporty sort of a background, I thought, how do we bring these children and this community together? Because, you know, a lot of them are not even involved in the riot, but because of what the elders have said, it's all passed down. Um, so I said, why don't we started doing after school clubs? We started doing holiday clubs. We started, but again, we are doing non-mainstream sports. We are not doing football. We are not doing cricket. It's going to be things that you've never tried before, and that's how it got very, very popular. So I think in 2009, I did a project called Lost Village Games.
Okay.
So, and that was to revive and conserve games played in the villages of Southeast Asia. So, the Kabaddi, Hadududu, and lots of other games. I think in total, we revived about 7 games. We have a website. All the games are on there. So if you watch it, you might bring some memories back. But I then developed Kabaddi in 2009 as a GCSE syllabus for GCSE PE.
So this is after we met, no?
This is after you inspired me. I will if I type something on Google about kabaddi, nothing is there. And
How
then
did you
only
found?
person
How
that
did you found me?
I think that you were the only person that came up on my Google search
Hmm.
uh, at the time, and there was nothing else. So it was I think it was meant to happen. That even after so many years, we are still in contact and still doing work around kabaddi. But yes, so we did that. Then I delivered kabaddi for 10 years. Last 10 years, I've been delivering it as a GCSE sport. And then obviously we've got our own. Now I'm associated with England Kabaddi Association to hopefully get on board and support you as much as we can to make it even bigger.
Yeah. Back to your answer. You said when I came and I started training. Is that sports academy, Oldham Sports Academy? I think. Yeah.
No, at the time the school was called Grange School. Then in 2010 the school changed to an academy. So now it's called Oldham Academy North.
Yeah, and then you asked me, is there any syllabus or any information because you preparing for a GCSE?
Hmm.
Then I thought, hang on, how come he is very keen to take that kabaddi, the extra or the what you call on the top in the school, and where we try to recognize. Okay, I don't know. So I honestly I didn't believe you first, but when you was keep asking, I give you the information. But when you done that, you said assessment. Okay, remember that you
Yeah.
got the assessment, and I was so glad. And I couldn't imagine it. I said, no, you are a passionate, and you will be do something. And I think this is the reason. From that day and from now on, we together.
Yes.
So
Yes.
many years, right? In my life, I've seen many people, thousand people. They come and they go. They come. They look for a like an easy option to get in, like a photo, fame, this and that, but they just gone. But you, the one, yes, you started from the, as I say, grassroots,
Yes. Definitely from grassroots.
and the state. So tell me now, right? So what is your current situations? What are you doing for Kabaddi?
So at the moment, Ashok, I'm working for England Kabaddi Association. I'm the development officer, and I know I was offered a different post where I don't have to do as much work, but you know me, if I'm passionate about something and I want to see it move on, I thought the development officer's role was the perfect role for me, because that's the only way I can. Um, bring kabaddi to the forefront, bring it to the wider community. So at this moment in time, we are working towards the National Governing Body Award, which we will get definitely, because already we are doing so much more. No, what we're doing at the moment is no other kabaddi association or the people that claim to be national governing body, they do nothing. We have level 1, level 2 coaching syllabus ready to deliver. We've already have level 2 coaches that we have already developed around the country.
Yep.
We have level 2 um, technical officials as well. And which organization offers all this? You tell me. You've been in kabaddi for a long time.
Not in Western country.
No. So we are moving in the right direction. Um, and obviously we've got big plans ahead. We've got World Cups coming as well. So at this moment in time, we just want to get kabaddi out, and to do that, we need to develop more and more qualified coaches, because, like you said, it's the coaches that make the players.
Yes.
So without the coaches, how can we have world-class players? So that is our aim at the moment, to have coaches around the country, all qualified to the highest level possible. And then, it is a way for our youngsters to get into the sport and make a name for themselves.
Tell me one thing, right? I know you play basketball, you playing chess and the other game, so and so. What did you find good into the kabaddi? Why people, if you approach people to come and play kabaddi, right? So what will be attraction in the kabaddi?
Now, Kabaddi, I mean, I was always into, talking about myself, I'm always into the contact sports. So martial arts, taekwondo, you're kicking, we have our own boxing club. So, contact sports, I really, really enjoy. But it's the sport has all the elements of all the other sports, with Kabaddi. So you've got two teams, you're playing defense and offense. It's that danger of one person against seven person, and you have to be aware of everything. You have to know your positioning on the court. You have to know who's behind you. It's like you have to keep all your senses alert, and you don't get that in a lot of sports. For example, football. Yes, you have a game plan.
Yeah.
You've got football, and everyone is after the ball.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So you have direct, but in this game, the danger element is so high, and the adrenaline pump is very difficult to explain. But it has all the elements of all the other mainstream sports.
Yep. I actually uh, always, if people ask me, I always say this game, the kabaddi, is the game who make you the quick decision maker.
Yeah.
Okay, which is the other game not. The reason when the raider in the opponent court, he go 30 seconds, he or she go 30 seconds to make a decision. Okay, seven enemy, seven opponent, right?
Yeah.
You have to make a decision. Can you touch? If you touch, can you go back alive? If you touch, can you make escape? If you don't do that, you will losing yourself and then point as well. Okay, so I think the other games where you can take a time, but in this game you can't take a time. It's like a soldier into the battlefield to the enemy territory, want to destroy their camp and come back in one piece,
Yes.
isn't it?
That's a very good way of putting it, Ashok. It is exactly that, because like I said, you have to have all your senses. You have to be alert from the moment, from the 30 seconds start of your 30 seconds. You have to know everything, where you are, what you're doing. If you have to make all these decisions in seconds, and
read
that's
read
what.
their brain, read their brain as
Yeah.
well, what they thinking about you, what
Mm,
they plan about you.
yeah. And they don't plan to let you go easily.
Yes, they are seven, because the one thing is that you are seven against one. And the worst thing, you are holding intake breath, and seven of them, they can have a many breaths, but
Yeah.
you are not allowed. So that's why I say this game is the master game of our all other sports.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
That's called kabaddi. And other thing, what I found actually through the research, this game come from long way from Mahabharata. Okay, but there is a recently film as well and documentary as well. Buddhism, Lord Buddha, he himself playing kabaddi, and he was good player. So none of other game like a football, cricket, any holy person play that game or that sport, hockey. No, this is the
Yeah.
only game.
Mm.
This is the only game. So, and this is the only game while you playing, you doing pranayam yoga, kabat, 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 kabat. So you taking from your what you call from the stomach to up here, kabat, kabat. So you doing yoga exercise while you playing kabaddi as well.
Yeah.
That's the beauty.
So many benefits. And you asked me about what we're doing with the when I deliver this as a GCSE sport. These young people, they're always asking me, because when they finish their course, that's it for them. They can't come back and play in school anymore. So they
Just for the
have to find.
certificate.
Yeah, they get a certificate, but what they have to do is, where do they go afterwards? It was one of the questions. A lot of the young people that I've trained, they love it. You know, if I ever say to them, "Oh, today we are not getting the mat side, we are going to do tag version of kabaddi," they don't like it. They like the full contact version, and that's how. And these are young people, you know, 15, 16-year-olds. They just they want to take it further, but obviously there's nowhere to go. That's another reason why I want to take kabaddi further and make sure there are clubs around the country.
So, what do you think the future of Kabaddi in England?
Huge, no doubt. I think it's in the right hands at the moment. You know, I think England Kabaddi Association, you know, with the new format of members we've got, you know, the community executive committee members, all are very, very enthusiastic about taking the sport further. I'm very keen, and you know me. You know, I've done what I can on my own, but now I have an army behind me. There's you behind me. I think we have the future for kabaddi has never been brighter in this country than it is now, in my opinion.
So, what is your this is your passion, and what is your what you call because everybody need something to do for survive, right? We need to pay a bill. Okay, so
Mhm.
what you do for your living?
So I work in a school. I have been since 2001. Last year I took a year career break
Mhm.
because after 18 years, I thought I need a break because my life was regimented. What time I wake up in the
Mhm.
morning, what time I leave the house in the morning, um, what time I come home, everything was regimented.
Army
So
officer, as the
like
army
an
officer.
army officer, yeah. So, and then in 2005, I set up a non-profit organization called Out of School.
Mhm.
And I used to do a lot of small projects while I'm working full time. I used to do a lot of voluntary projects in the community
Mhm.
around sports. So
Yeah.
that's how Kabaddi came in. The Lost Village Games came in. The the organization started growing. So in 2009, we actually incorporated our organization as a social enterprise.
Yeah.
So since 2009 to 2018, I was running the whole organization out of my pocket. Small projects, big projects, on the phone. I was instructing people what to do, sending coaches here, training people there. In 2018, the organization got really, really big, and it's too much happening. We have our own Kabaddi academy. We've got Taekwondo academy. We have boxing academy, football academy. We have health benefit, lifestyle changing health programs. So we are working with doctors, nurses, and I needed to leave my job for a career break so that I can build the infrastructure so that this organization can survive even if I'm not there. Because at the moment, if I'm not there, then it will not survive. So I was doing everything from fundraising to managing the projects to
Yeah.
managing the volunteers, managing the staff. I was doing everything out of my own pocket.
So, like in a cricket, what you call the all-rounder.
All rounder, yes,
Yep.
I was the all rounder. So now, so I took that time out. So now I'm working full time for out of school, doing what I really, really enjoy. Um, this, I can get used to just doing this for the rest of my life till I retire now, which is not anytime soon.
That's a fantastic. And tell me, because you are a married man, right? And there's always a lot of complaints from the family, this and that,
Oh,
demand. How did you manage your life style, means your family and your sports career?
okay. So yes, my family has a lot of complaints because we do a lot of things voluntarily. So it's a lot of headache, a lot of hard work that goes in. It's like organizing an event. The
Yeah,
amount of work that goes in, that time is your children's time, your family's time.
yeah,
So how I make up is when they say to me, "Can we do this?" I don't say no. No, I work around. If they want to do something, I just always, even if I don't feel like doing it, I always say
yeah.
yes. Let's do this, so that they don't complain. But they still find reasons to complain. But I tell you another thing: the more the family is involved, the more they realize the difference that you're making. And that's the only thing that stops them from complaining, because they know that what you're doing benefits other underprivileged people. It benefits um, or creates opportunities for somebody else. So my family see that. They know, they've read newspaper articles about me, and they hear about me. They know that what I do helps lots of other people. So now I think they're all right about it. And I try and keep them involved as much as possible. So planning, my daughter's now 16. I'll say to her, "Oh, can you do this for me?" I'll ask the wife to do something for me. Um, and I'll ask my son, "You come with me, and you can be the mascot." So I keep them all involved, and that's the only way to avoid complaints.
That's very nice and very good. Honestly, I think this is the way to do it. And this is the reason we are in sport. And this is the reason we get a support from our family, backup from our family, because we involve them in our work, because there's no hidden. And then they know our achievement, as you said, in the newspaper, TV. So we have respect in the community because we're doing a good work.
Mhm.
what pro- what problem people have, I seen the people, they never involve their family, they never call them. So this is the reason the family is sitting home and you are out all the time, and they have
Mhm.
to complain. So
Yeah,
I think you have to justify, as you said, you involve your family, you involve your kids, you involve your wife, they know what you're doing. This is
yeah.
the way
If
to
they
do
know
it.
what you're doing, they see the difference that you're making, and then they know why you're doing it. Because otherwise they'll say, "Why are you doing it? Are you stupid to put all your time and energy into this? What are you getting out of this?" But when they see the wider benefits, what we're doing, so I would say to anyone, keep them involved, because if they know what you're doing, if if they believe in your belief, because you're trying to make a difference in the lives of others, then you have to sell that idea to your family. If you sell that idea to your family,
First,
then you have no
first
problem.
project. Yeah, when you made a project, this is the first priority. I think this is the first step to sell that idea your family so they can give you support.
Yes, definitely. That's
What is your message to the youngster in the sports and the people? They are not happy within sport. So, and how we can create a like a family. As you said, there's no language, there's no barrier, and sports is the one language and one caste. Yep. This is
yeah.
this is why sport. So, what is your message to the youngster?
I think with the youngsters, I would say, being active is very, very important for our health. Whatever you do, I mean, I know I'm passionate about kabaddi. You might be passionate about something else. I need parents to support the young people to take up a sport as a hobby. It doesn't have to be to become an international champion, because staying active, staying fit is a benefit to your health. So you need to do that. But in terms of kabaddi, I would say is, it's a sport that you have to try at least once. You try once, you will always come back. Try it. This is the best time to try it, because I know Ashok asked me about being a professional football player. You have to be exceptional. One person in maybe 1,000 make it that far. But
Yep.
because kabaddi is still new, it's probably the oldest sport in history,
Yep.
but it's still new in terms of development. So I would, ask youngsters to get involved in kabaddi, try it out, find your nearest club, get in touch with us. We will direct you where the nearest clubs are. Try it. You will go back for more, and then look towards taking it professionally, because this is the best time to get on board kabaddi. Because we will be looking for the next England kabaddi team, I'm sure.
Yes. So where they can find you,
Sorry.
where they can find you if the people want to join.
Okay, so obviously you can find me through the England Kabaddi Association. If you type that, you'll find my contact details. If you just email us, I'll get in touch with you. You can find me through my own organization, which is Outer School, www.outerschool.co.uk. You can find me there. Just type my name, Moinul Islam, and if you write Kabaddi, I'm sure somewhere in the whole internet world, I'll be linked to Kabaddi somewhere, somehow.
Moinul, it's a pleasure to talk to you and
It's
your
a pleasure to talk
experience,
to you.
and thanks for your time. Okay.
You're welcome, Ashok. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. You know, I'm just looking forward to with the lockdown easing again. It's another message for our viewers. Lockdown has eased. Sports clubs, multi-sports clubs, and gyms are allowed to be open from today.
Yep. Good
But there
news.
are there are lots of rules in place. So indoor is 2 meters still. And every before you go into any gyms or any multi-use sports clubs, you should check their risk assessment, see what they are doing to protect you from COVID-19 before you go in, is my message to everyone. So yes, I'm just waiting for our lockdown to ease a little bit more, and then we can get started with Kabaddi and all the plans that we had for this year. Obviously we're having to postpone, um, but it's given us time to reflect and how to do things differently, and I'm sure we'll use this time wisely to come back even bigger and better.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have
So this was the Moinul Islam, Development Officer, England Kabaddi Association. He is so passionate about Kabaddi since he took the post, and he done a lot of hard work and the dream one day Kabaddi into Commonwealth and Olympic. And this will be achievable if we all together and support each other. So hope you like this interview. If you have any question, and you can write to us, and please keep watching Kabaddi Co. This is your channel, and please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, thank you very much.